y'all. This is a You Matter YouTube channel, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about self-love, and really self-love in terms of the intangible part of self-love. I think a lot of times when I hear people talking about self-love, they're always talking about the tangible parts, like how you do your hair, how you take care of your body, things like that, which is, yes, that is a part of self-love. However, I think that the intangible parts of self-love are more so relevant than before you start talking about the physical outward manifestation of self-love. I think we need to talk about the inward, more so intangible part of self-love. And by that I mean, what is your inner environment like? What are your inner thoughts? What is your inner chemistry? Because you know what we don't talk about often enough is that your physical thoughts, well, I don't think that, well, they're not physical, but your thoughts and emotions can affect your physical chemistry, the chemistry in your body. So it is very important to talk about the intangible parts of self-love, because in actuality they are the more important, and everything else grows from them, from the intangible part of self-love. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. The first thing that I would like to bring to our attention is how we treat ourselves. This is very, very important, because sometimes we take on this persona of, I'm a strong black woman. I'm a strong black woman. And though I have nothing against that statement, I like it. I actually like that statement, but I don't like the connotations that have came behind that statement. Being a strong black woman does not mean that you have to endure cruel and unusual treatment. Being a strong black woman does not mean that you have to put other people's wants and desires ahead of your own. Being a strong black woman does not mean that you have to sacrifice body and limb for people that say they love you and you love them. It doesn't mean you have to sacrifice yourself. Being a strong black woman doesn't mean any of that stuff. However, I think the connotation has brought it to mean that. And it reminds me of a time when I had separated from my now ex-husband. And he called me one day out of the blue, because, he called me and he said, something to the effect of, I'm proud of you, how you're taking care of the children, and how you're growing in your career. I'm proud of you. And I don't know why, but I had this visceral reaction to curse him out. Literally. When I got finished cursing him out, I felt a little bad. I was like, wait, maybe I shouldn't have did that. But it was just this visceral reaction, like, how dare you put me in a situation where I have to endure cruel and unusual amounts of just physical, emotional, financial, just you name it, inconveniences. We'll just put it like that. Because of your behavior. And now you're going to come to me and tell me how proud you are, and I'm supposed to feel good about that? So I cursed him out. I cursed him out. Um, I basically told him "f you." You know, if I didn't say it actually, I basically said that. Um, and I felt no kind of ways. But that's when I began to understand that self love is an inner job. It's not outer. On the outside, I was feeling like, I was doing what I had to do because I was put in a situation where it was sink or swim. And so, I decided I was going to swim with 4 kids on my back, with all of my bills, with all of my belongings, all of that on my back. And then this Negro calls me talking about he proud. And I'm just thinking to myself, no, you proud? You put me in this situation where I'm up against great odds. And it's because of you. And you could have made it so that this situation you could have made this situation better, right? More conducive. But you didn't. And now I'm supposed to feel some kind of um adulation because you're proud that I didn't sink under the pressure that you put on me. So no, I cursed them out, and that's when I knew I had to start a self-love journey. A journey of self-love that was inside me. I had to ask myself what allowed me, because at that point I realized he never truly loved me. I realized that all of the years that I had put into that marriage, all of the sacrifices, all of the pain and agony, all of the emotional torment, I realized it was all for naught because he didn't really love me. And then I had to look at myself and think, wait a minute, did I really love me? Was I really loving me? Just because, I was doing these physical things, was taking care of my appearance and doing this and that, but I was enduring emotional anguish. I was, just going through so much. And my needs were never being fulfilled or met. I was always, complaining and unhappy about stuff that was going on in the relationship that never changed. Um, and here I was. I never really came to the conclusion that it wasn't love and that I was not being loving to myself by staying there. But also, I had to recognize that that wasn't love. And then that took me back to my childhood. And then I had to realize, okay, what we call tough love is not necessarily love. And unfortunately, in a lot of black homes, tough love is all that is being offered up. But it's a strange thing. It's a strange thing because tough love hurts, right? And so you kind of grow up thinking, okay, well, there's a little bit of hurt that comes along with love because if a person loves you, they may give you tough love. But, okay, wait, my son's screaming. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So we was talking about tough love and why I don't believe tough love is healthy love. I believe love should be compassionate. It should be smooth. It should be from a place of gentleness. And there's a difference between what people call tough love and first of all, tough love. I mean, to me, it's an oxymoron, right? Because love, we're always taught, love is this compassionate, soft, gentle, um, forbearing action. And then when somebody say tough, that indicates abrasive. That indicates discomfort, right? That indicates less compassion or no compassion, right? So when we combine those two, it's an oxymoron. And also, I would argue that there is a lot that people mask underneath the title tough love. It's like I can talk, I've noticed what people do is they'll talk to you real greasy like. They'll talk to you real greasy like, but then they'll say this is tough love. And I'm not I'm not real sure if I want to classify it in total under like a masochistic I'm not sure where, if I want to categorize it right there or if I want to categorize it under abuse, but it's definitely under one of those or both of those. It's definitely under one or both. Okay, because what I've realized is that the reason why I was enduring the discomfort and the pain and the agony and the emotional and the financial and the physical discomforts was in part because I believed love was tough, was in part because I believe people, there was a chance that a person could change, even though how can a person change if they don't see what they're doing as a problem, or if what they're doing for is working, it's accomplishing what they need. So you never know what someone's end goal is. Maybe their end goal is to actually cause you discomfort and pain and agony, and that's their sadistic, that's where they are. So you think that by complaining to them and telling them you don't like this and how much pain is causing you, that that's going to make that person change because they love you. But hello, it doesn't work that way. Like, love is, a person that loves you already knows, like, hey, if they're causing you pain, you're not going to have to go and plead and all of that with them, because it's going to be causing them pain too. Like, this is where I'm getting with the self-love journey, is that love is not complicated. It's not complicated. It's not something that you have to argue, or it's not even something that you can bargain with somebody. Okay, if I do this, you'll love me. Okay, if you do that, I'll love you. Like, it's not a bargain. It's not. And that's what I want to get into is love is, it is. It's just it's there. It's not something that you have to grow or earn or sell or buy. It's there, and it gets there by certain steps. And when people decide who it is they want to love, and they decide how much they want to do that, and they do this by eliminating certain emotions or certain steps in the emotional trail. And when they eliminate those steps, that allows them to block off emotional pathways that would lead them to love you. It's like a man who doesn't want to take the time to get to know you. He just wants to sleep with you because he has no intentions on loving you. He has no intentions on getting to know you. He has no intentions on growing an emotional bond with you. And then there's men who, even if they grow an emotional bond with you, it doesn't matter because he is not capable of love. He's not capable of it. So you have both of those things going on at once. And I think a lot of us aren't fully aware, or we're not ready to admit it to ourselves. But that's what I want to get into, a series on self-love, and just a few videos, probably like 3 videos on self-love, and just how I discovered that I not only was not loving myself, but that I had people around me who literally hated my guts, who literally hated me for no other reason than me just being me.